5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is Deducter bringing you set 1 of the OSL Round24 Group E. So in this match, we have RorO versus Constantly, aka Hiya. That is his best known name. I do not know why he changed his name. Regardless, Hiya as the brown Terran at the 7 o'clock position. And opposite of him is RorO, who is wearing a face mask. Sort of like Bisu did. I guess RorO must be sick. Bisu, when he wears face mask, looks like a ninja, but RorO does not quite have the same ninja-like vibe coming off him. Plus, you know, he is Zerg. I think only Protoss gets to be ninjas because of Dark Templar. Anyway, RorO is the Zerg player here at the 1 o'clock position, the white Zerg. RorO and Hiya, both sort of mediocre players. Hiya, I would say, is somewhat better. RorO has 50% win rate overall, or 49%, something like that. And Hiya is similar in his winning rate, and that's a nice, cute kid there watching StarCraft very attentively, I have to say. Good for him. This is the map New Bloody Ridge, and forward racks. In fact, this is proxy racks here coming out here for Hiya. So he is hoping for basically a 12 hatch, then he can bunker rush and will not have a problem doing that. He's sort of putting a off-center position there. The drone scout's not going to see it, and the Overlord scout's not going to see it. Nicely done. And now, why are they showing this guy here when we want to watch the rush going on here? Unfortunately for Hiya, his flaw in the strategy is that he is going to get scouted, and RorO has not put down his hatchery yet. So as soon as he sees the lack of a barracks, I think RorO is going to know what's going on. He's immediately going to put down his pool. Yeah, you see, I think he's going to react well for this. I suspect at most Hiya is going to be able to do is delay the hatchery, so which might still work out for him. Let's see how he plays this out. Hiya putting down a refinery, so he is going for some crazy rush strategy. Good for him. I like to see some variety once in a while, especially throw your opponents off. So RorO needs to be very careful here and defend. He has seen everything that Hiya has put down, though. With the gas, he knows some sort of factory is surely coming out. And I think he should have no problem. I mean, when an attack is telegraphed like this, now RorO spotting Hiya's forward racks there. When an attack is telegraphed like this, and that drone, I think, is chasing away the SEV on the mini-map there, not in the middle. I don't know why they're not showing that action there. And now we see RorO bring out all sorts of drones, trying to pick off this Marine. The bunker is still building. That Marine is getting chased away. We have 2 Marines here versus 6 drones. RorO used to be great at this sort of drone micro. Bunker not being finished. It's left half finished here. Lots of Marines coming out. I have to say, this guy RorO is no RorO. He's managed to kill 1 single Marine. Oh, he's waiting for his Zerglings to come out, but he's lost several drones. Reasonably good defense by RorO. He's got the Lings out, and he is going to be able to drive Hiya away, but I feel even he did not want to lose his Zerglings, and the factory is going on in a blockading position to blockade Hiya's main base from getting attacked. Hiya has managed to delay the expansion significantly at this position at RorO's natural, but if he can land his barracks, no, it looks like the Zerglings are going to come in. Oh! Unfortunately, not in time by a split second. If that barracks had landed correctly, that would have been a nice little coup. I don't think the Marines would have been able to pick away at the anything that RorO is going to put down. I think Hiya would be wise to send another SEV to repair his factory in the front there. He needs to be a bit careful and not lose that factory. I guess he realized it was enough. If things could have gone so easily different there, if RorO had not reacted just in time, those 2 Marines might be able to cause some havoc, delay the gas at the very least. And perhaps if he had managed to land the barracks on top of the natural, that would have been a devastating blow for RorO. As it stands, RorO is somewhat delayed, but so is Hiya, and Hiya lifting his factory, allowing 4 Speedlings into... No, they're not Speedlings. For Zergling into his base. Zergling pick off the SEV already, delaying the building here for Hiya, but Hiya is microing his Vulture fairly well here against the Zerglings. He needs to send an SEV to repair his factory. He needs to be sure that more Zerglings do not get into his base, and so now he is doing that, and the Zerglings did manage to cause a little bit of havoc, but against the Vulture, unfortunately, they are ultimately not able to accomplish too much damage. It looks like Hiya cleverly has landed the barracks at the choke point, but this is sort of not the best time to land. I think Hiya would have been better off saving the barracks as a scout and then landing it at a critical time when both players are sort of distracted, when there's a battle going on in the middle of the field and you land the barracks there to slow reinforcements. That could make the difference between victory and defeat. As it stands, he really has accomplished absolutely nothing except the possibility of losing his barracks with this little maneuver. So not the best play by Hiya. That barracks is going to go down, it looks like. That's actually pretty bad for Hiya. He's not going to be able to put down more factories until he rebuilds a barracks. There are numerous Hydras already out, and he's put down a starport. He's built a Wraith. Unfortunately for Hiya, the Wraiths are going to get countered by the Hydralisk, and the Wraith, I guess, was trying to catch an Overlord. Again, RorO very consistent with his Zergling scouting / harassment at Hiya's base. Hiya not doing a very good job of warding this off at all. Now, everything is seen by RorO. I have to say, RorO doing a fairly good job. His natural is up. He's rallying quite a few Hydras to the front. Hiya's blockaded himself again with a newly rebuilt barracks. Plus, he has a command center built, but that SCV is going to go down. That barracks might have to be forced to cancel, and lots of SCVs being pulled off the line here. They cannot repair, of course. These Vultures trying to do a good job to fend this off. That barracks, I think, was canceled there. These SCVs trying to fight against Hydras, but Hydras can inflict significant casualties. There's a tank out. I don't think Hiya realized just how many units are out against him. Okay, Hiya landing his command center to defend, but the longer this goes on, the worse Hiya is going to be, worse of a position Hiya is going to be in. He needs to restart his barracks to put down more factories. That Wraith has managed to kill a drone in the interim there, but warded away by a single Hydralisk. So, ultimately, not the most effective strategy coming from Hiya. He was, like, the difference between success and defeat in this case was fairly close. If he had managed to, for instance, not let all those Zerglings in the base to see what was going on, he might have been able to build up a reasonable sized Wraith force and be able to kill a good number of Overlords. But as it stands, that is not what he opted to do. So the Havoc cause, I think, delayed Hiya significantly and distracted him too much. And that is very unfortunate. That Wraith going down. Hiya not really sticking to any sort of strategy per se. He's going, it looks like he's almost doing this ad hoc. He's making it up as he goes along. Or at least it appears to me to be that way. In the early days, sure, you can do this for StarCraft, a Brood War, but these days, I think you need a bit more of a plan than what Hiya is exhibiting now. The Overlord is going to come in and see everything. RorO has been very consistent about scouting. If you're going for a sort of crazy tech-ish build, fortunately for Hiya, his dropship with the Vultures loaded was not spotted by this Overlord. And now Hiya is surely wishing he had his Wraith alive to kill this Overlord. RorO being rather bold with his units there. How does he know Hiya did not build a second Wraith? Guess he didn't care. He just wanted to see what's going on. But RorO still with that Overlord there. Hiya not able to drop his Vultures in a base. Drop them sort of out in the middle of the field. These Vultures trying to kill some drones here. Unfortunately, for Hiya, he is warded off by the Hydralisk coming out for RorO. Finally, Hiya has a Wraith out to deal with this Overlord, which has seen everything. He did manage to kill a few drones there, but I'm not sure RorO is going to mind too much. As long as he can get his third base up relatively unmolested, he'll be fine. Hiya has finally flooded his command center out to his natural. He's probably going to start mining there. He sent out his